Hey trainers, Alakaham here with some more Pokemon video magic, and in this week's video I decided to do something that I think is kind of special, running a theme team that is related to this week's release of the brand new movie The Batman. So I will be leading my Crobat that I've nicknamed Vengeance on the front to represent Batman. I've got Empoleon standing in for the Penguin, and then my third pick is going to be XL Talonflame to stand in for Robin, who I know is not in the movie, but still kind of fits with the Batman theme. As some of you might know, if you've been on the channel for a while, I am a researcher and I study popular culture, and I'm also an enormous Batman fan and cannot wait to see the Batman this week. So I have created this theme team in an attempt to kind of celebrate a couple of things that I really enjoy: Batman and, of course, for this channel, Pokemon Go. So I have put together this theme team, and I hope that y'all enjoy the content. If you do enjoy the content, go ahead and leave me a like on the video. I would strongly appreciate it. And with that, we're going to get right into these battles. Starting off, we have Empoleon versus Glade. So our Penguin here is actually going to do pretty well because we are going to take resisted damage from those confusions, and we are going to be able to do super effective damage with our Drill Peck move there because fighting is weak to flying. I made a kind of aggressive move there, bringing in Vengeance, and I did take super effective damage from the confusions, and I was just hoping that they would switch out. But indeed they did. So they are down a shield, and they did win switch, but that's kind of fine because I can just come in with my own Penguin. I can shield up once here, and I can go ahead and farm down and have a move ready if they bring the Glade back in, and I immediately swap into the Talonflame to catch the move. So Robin swinging in here, acting as a really good sidekick because it was going to take resisted damage, whether that was a Leaf Blade or close combat. So that worked out pretty nicely, and I was able to bank the move on the Penguin. My opponent switches in a Togekiss, and that works out pretty well for me too because fire resists fairy-type damage. So all we have to do is protect ourselves from Ancient Power. I did debate for just a moment there, thinking that maybe I should farm down with Empoleon and save the shield, but I figured they would have to throw either way. So either I was going to hit them with Brave Bird, or they would have to use up their energy. They would be energy dry. And I can just come in with Penguin and throw that super effective flying type move there. So we are able to take the win in game one. So the Batman theme team is working out fine, and we are going to go ahead and roll into the next match. We're going to use the same order throughout this entire video. So we've got the Penguin on the lead here, and we hit a Gyarados. This is a pretty okay lead because using Dragon-type moves, even though this is Dragon Tail, that's a legacy move on the Gyarados, which is pretty cool. It's different than the standard Dragon Breath fast move. But regardless, Dragon moves are going to be resisted, and then the charge moves are all going to be resisted except for Crunch, but it's going to take them longer to get to Crunch than it's going to take us to get to our Hydro Cannon. And even resisted, Hydro Cannon with Stab from Empoleon is going to do a pretty decent chunk of damage. The opponent comes in with Obstagoon, which is fine because Obstagoon is a fighting type that is going to have a difficult time against flyers. And I've got two flyers in the back, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in Vengeance to chip some damage and hopefully to get off a couple of these Poison Fangs so that we can debuff the opponent here. I did want to shield and overfarm a little bit so that in case they blocked and dipped, I might have enough health that I could come back and debuff them again. but it seems like they are staying in the matchup, so I'm just going to keep throwing these Poison Fangs and hoping that Robin can close against whatever is in the back. They do give up their last shield, and then they swap into a Gardevoir. I was really hoping I could get to that Poison Fang to do super effective damage, but unfortunately I just could not quite get there before they farmed me down. So that's fine. Again, we resist Fairy-type moves, but this could very well be a Synchronoise, which would be a Psychic move, and it was a Synchronoise. So I wanted to go ahead and shield it up. And my opponent does have a move ready on their Obstagoon, but unless it's a Gunk Shot, yeah, which I very sincerely doubted it was going to be, Robin is going to be able to close by throwing a Brave Bird there, which is far more damage than needed to happen, but hey, it's always fun to throw a Brave Bird. So it was nice to be able to close out that game with a really big move to clinch the match. Hopping into battle number 3. Again, we are going to be leading with the Penguin. I like these cool flashy background things that Go Battle League has been doing recently. That always makes it exciting, at least for a while. After you wait long enough, you start to lose the excitement. But here we go. Right into a Sneasel. This is a very interesting lead. I don't see, or pardon me, that's not Sneasel, it is a Weevil, the evolution. So Empoleon was going to be doing lots of damage to the Weavile, and they swapped out to catch the move on their Snorlax, which is okay by me because Snorlax is very tanky, and any damage that I can get off is going to be really helpful here. We also land the Poison Fang from the Crobat, which is very, very good as well because it is debuffing the Snorlax. And I was tempted to farm down there, but I thought they might get to another Body Slam, so I just wanted to throw the move. And Sneasel comes in, or Weevil comes in, and we're gonna let Vengeance go. We're gonna let them burn all of their energy here, and either one of our remaining choices I think works out pretty well, but I'm gonna stick with the same formula and kind of hope that Robin can close here, especially if we save a couple of shields for it. Okay, aggressive swap there, and everybody has shields, so this is a this is a match where we do not want to give up our shields here. The opponent used a shield, so I think I decide to use a shield here so that I can get to one more Brave Bird. Oh, but I call I call the Dragon Claw and was so close to getting that Brave Bird through. So they just barely farmed us down. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Hydro Cannon so that they don't get a chance to throw another charge move without using their shield. And in this case, I think I can just shield here and have more or less enough energy to throw the Hydro Cannon when they come back. But unfortunately, I was wrong. They had a move loaded, so the Weavile had a little more energy than I thought they did. And unfortunately, Penguin goes down at the end there. I thought that was looking pretty good, but there was more energy on the Weavile than I was prepared for. Sometimes it happens. You lose count or you get excited about a particular position and then it just doesn't turn out the way that you hoped. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and move on to game 4 here. And we get a fairly neutral lead against the Galarian Stunfisk. I think this is slightly favorable to Penguin because our fast move and our charge moves are going to be doing super effective damage, and we reach those charge moves pretty quickly. I'm going to shield here because if they let that go, I figured they would do the Hail Mary Earthquake. They could not go for a Rock Slide and hope to get any serious damage done there. And they bring in the old Haunted Tree, the exact sort of thing that you would expect to come out of Poison Ivy's garden. So both of our responses in the back are actually going to be much better against the Trevenant than Empoleon, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in Vengeance, and Vengeance is going to be making some very aggressive attacks here, doing super effective damage with the fast moves, and also farming for super effective charge moves, the poison moves there. The opponent brings in a Talonflame, and they're just barely able to farm us down before we get that next move through. I'm going to go ahead and let their attack go. Yeah, predicting that it was probably a flame charge and just farming as much as I could. And unfortunately, the penguin does not get to their charge move. I had to call a bait there instead of using the shield. So I correctly called the flame charge, and my opponent gets to their move first, but that's okay because I figure they'll have to use their shield here. Or not, but I get enough energy on the Talonflame to go ahead and take out the Trevenant. So the fact that we boost our attack with the flame charge meant that Trevenant was going to have a really tough time there, particularly being energy dry. So that was a nice sort of last-ditch effort by the opponent, but it was not enough to escape our Robin's wrath there. So good game to my opponent. Hitting a very negative lead here against a Scrafty and switching into Vengeance, our flying type, so that we can start doing super effective flying damage against this fighter. We are going to have to eat a foul play. That's okay, it doesn't do too much damage, and I hung on to as much energy as I could because I figured that they would switch into something else, and we do see another XL Galarian Stunfisk. So I throw the Poison Fang, and just as I am getting to the Shadow Ball, unfortunately the opponent gets to a Rock Slide. So I will go ahead and shield because I want Vengeance to be able to throw that Shadow Ball, and we get the shield back, which is really good. I was hoping maybe I could get to one more Poison Fang so that I could double debuff the opponent, but at this point it's not really worth the shield. So I'm just going to come back in with the Penguin to do as much super effective damage here as possible. And I don't think oh, I do shield. Very aggressive there. I guess I was doing a better job of counting at the time during the match there than I was trying to watch and commentate over it now. So we are down a shield, but that's all right. I am able to get the Drill Peck through, and then we come in with Talonflame to farm down this Scrafty for a lot of energy. The question now is, do we have enough energy to get that last shield and close out the game? So we do super effective damage to the Stunfisk, and we are able to take it out with one more Incinerate, and it is a Togekiss in the back. And you know Talonflame loves to see Togekiss. We are now twice boosted, so unless they get to a move, which they don't, we can throw a Brave Bird for massive damage, and we are able to take out the Togekiss. So this crime-fighting team has done a pretty good job. Not that my opponents are criminals, it's just a fun phrase, right? But the team was able to function fairly well, and I had a great time using this Batman theme team. I hope that you enjoyed seeing it too. If you did, let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, I would really appreciate it, and I'll have some more videos coming your way soon. Until next time, trainers.